Kaan brings her to the burn, and he's like, his sister's like, you're gonna ease her into it, and he's like, yeah, and then he takes her directly to Saltra's fucking grave, and like that part of
Kaan arrives at the tribe, and I loved that part.
Me too. Rips the roof off.
I let her get 3 hits in. If that were my sister and you hit me once,
You're not getting one in.
you're not getting one in. What are you talking about?
Throwing you off this mountain.
So at first I thought that was going to be the
sibling dynamics are crazy though. And the other starts talking, and then as the other talks, I'm like, wait a fucking moment. Is the other Saltra?
Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Ale.
And I'm Carla, and this is Booked and Buzzin'.
From bestseller to hidden gems, we're going to be sharing our thoughts, reviews, and all the latest buzz in the book world.
Today we're going to be reviewing When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker.
Yep, this is the first book of the Moonfall series, and we'll be diving into it while sipping on our chocolate martinis.
Inspired by Boulder.
Yeah, so when we started talking about like, okay, what are getting drinks, we're thinking of the elements in the book, right? So it was fire, water, wind, the ground. Right?
The ground. Yeah.
Earth. Okay.
Earth.
So
Earth.
I've been on
Wind,
a chocolatey
fire, air. That's from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You know, I never saw it. I need to
How
watch it. I know.
dare you?
I know I will love it. I just haven't gotten around to watching it. So I guess you're gonna have to make me watch it too.
Yeah, and you still need to watch Epic.
I do.
I'm never gonna stop bringing it up.
No, I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, it's an album on Spotify, but when you watch the like fan art that's been put all together, it helps you picture
I like that
things
more.
when you like are listening to the soundtrack by itself.
No, I'll do it. I promise.
Okay.
Well, you won't stop anyways.
By the way,
it reminds me.
No, I won't stop.
So the idea is that it is inspired by the earth. So we have our cookie crumbles, and this one actually came out pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I really, I'm getting back into my drinking bartending groove.
Yeah, and you made pretty much from scratch. You made it.
Yeah, I made it by myself. So now I don't know if I'm going to
bartender over
recreate the recipe, but it's pretty good. So we're going to be sipping on this while we go through this book. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, do you want to start?
Where to start? I liked it. Mm-hmm. I did like this book. I was surprised by how quickly I got interested in the book. Not that I'm like, I have a hard time.
Well, you got interested in it more quickly than I did.
Yeah. And I think I stayed liking it for longer than you did. I think you got kind of like, I don't really want to read it like midway. And then you got interested like in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah. I think I liked it most of the way. So I'll give you my highlights.
Okay.
Right off the bat, I feel like it was meant to get me.
Why?
Gods, dragons, what? Mm-hmm. Like, I love a good, like not only is there dragons, but now you're giving me what type of dragons. Mm-hmm. I love that shit. So I was like, okay. So I was like eating up like the glossary and all that shit. And then I really, really like the gods, but I'm kind of disappointed by it.
Why?
Because I feel like in the first part of the story, we have like them introducing the gods. Mm-hmm. The ether stone.
I think.
Y entonces, that shit gets lost for like the majority of the book. Like, yeah, we have people that use the elements of the gods, but they don't give me anything else. So I was like, I feel like it was just kind of like.
So, I opened this book with like excited, right?
Okay.
And then I saw the map. I was like, okay, cool. And then I flipped like the next page and I was like, what the fuck is this? 'Cause it was immediately like a glossary. And then I was like, okay, wow. It was like
message. What the fuck is this?
I was like, wow, okay, 3 pages of glossary. And then I flip and then it's like people. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right. So I read that and then it's like creatures. And I'm like, what else? What else? And then it was like And then it was like
That was
how to pronounce
instantly.
things. And I was like, oh, is this just a dictionary? Is that what I'm reading? But it is the first time I read a book. I don't know if this is considered high fantasy, but it's definitely the highest fantasy I've ever read. I know that we talked about this last
Really?
time, and you said Crescent City was your introduction to like a more complicated fantasy system.
It was a harder world building.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually such an interesting question. I don't know what makes it high fantasy.
I don't know
I
either.
would think that someone's going to watch this and be like, neither of them were high fantasy because, you know, people get snobby.
Well, yeah,
But-
for sure. I know that I'm not an idiot. I also do know that high fantasy is considered like
Game of
George R. R.
Thrones.
Martin,
Yeah.
Brandon Sanderson, things like that. But I mean, this is a complex world.
Yep.
There's very heavy world building.
Yep.
There's a lot of things you have to go back and re-reference. So it's not, and
Fair.
it's not an Acotar where you can just read beginning to end and you'll understand what's going on.
That's true. Yeah. Well, that's actually a good point. So I find Crescent City not a high fantasy, but I do think the world building kind of gives you whiplash at first. So it's true. Yeah.
So after I get through this like 15-page
Dictionary.
I start reading how the gods created the world,
Yep.
and I enjoyed that.
I loved that.
I thought that was
I think it was
cool.
a good start.
I liked that. I liked
Yeah.
seeing how they were created, how they created everything, the dragons.
Yep.
I was a little confused just because I was like,
You know what confused me a lot?
what?
The Aurora no sé qué.
Yeah.
Oh
So the
my
Aurora cycle,
Yeah.
it confused me. And now when I was doing notes, I was like, oh, I understand the purpose of it now because it says Balder, he created she says it in there, he created a sphere that didn't rotate. It was just, it's stagnant. So half of the planet is cast in darkness and the other half has light.
Right.
But how do you track your days if there's no rotating? So when Kalis was shoved in the Aether Stone, this is what I think, or Ether, I don't really know how to say it. I thought it was Aether.
I think it's either too.
When he was shoved in there, it says that he, through his fighting, unleashed like the ribbons, and that the gods were like, who cares? And they just left it there, and that they tied themselves to the north and south poles and would go around the sphere, and that's how people would track their days. Like, this is day 1, day 2, day 3.
Okay.
So I think that's the purpose it served. But in the beginning,
I see.
I also felt the same way, where I was like,
What the hell is
what's
that?
the point of that?
Yeah, I didn't like that. That confused me, but now I get it now better because you just explained it to me. I've been upset about it the entire book. I should bueno. So at first that was confusing, but do you understand the point as to why he was an issue?
So I think I understand a little more now. As far as I understand, he was the canvas, basically.
Yep.
And they filled him with things, but he wasn't seen or heard by anything other than the gods knowing of his existence.
Right.
So he was like bored and jealous. And eventually, when humanity developed to a point where, it says the gods' most proud creation was dragons, but there was a plethora of creatures, and as time went, these creatures developed and they learned how to build castles and higher walls and crowns, and these people started spilling dragon blood, and when the dragons would die, they would go to the air and roll up in a ball and calcify. And then they said that, but then very shortly thereafter, them starting to calcify, they started to drop down onto the earth and shatter and create devastation.
Yep.
And that the gods knew that it was Kalis because in his space of nothingness, he was able to like launch them down basically. And that's why they were like, you need to stop because you're going to destroy the world.
Yep.
And then that's why they trapped him in the Aether Stone.
Gotcha.
As far as what I understood, which it took me a moment, I had to reread it this time around again.
Yeah.
And now I kind of understand that.
Yeah.
But it was confusing. When I first read that, I was like, but who even said it was like Kalis? Like, why do you think it's just him? And you're just assuming, and you're like, hey, get in this fucking rock.
Yep.
But then when they do trap him, no moons fall for like 5 million years.
Yeah.
So I guess they were right.
And they're put into a warrior.
Yeah. A very strong warrior that can siphon all of their essentially.
Yep.
Oops.
And
Essentially,
then,
they're like magic and energy into him to hold him.
Okay.
So I liked that part.
Okay.
It was interesting. She writes I've seen a lot of people describe it as lyrically. Like it's a lot of lyrical writing. She writes very beautifully. The way she describes things.
I enjoyed her writing, yeah.
I did. I was confused. Sometimes she used words that I was like, what?
What are you trying to say?
Yeah. And it's not even like her referencing a creature like a woto that you could go back and look at. Like it would just be words describing things that I was like, I know English. Like, what is that? And I would have to like Google it, and it would be like, oh, that's a this.
Yeah.
She is more complex with her writing, which is not a bad thing. But I definitely
did like her writing.
Confused.
I was confused for a bit, but I did enjoy that she captured my attention pretty often, which I had a,
What?
Okay. Because here, I think maybe this is unfair, but I'm comparing it to the other first book that we've talked about. That's not like The Hunger Games or like, so Quicksilver.
Oh, okay. I thought that's where you were going with it, but I was like, what?
You know me so well. That book was a tragedy.
I liked it.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I mean, I hated it kind of, but like not enough that I won't continue reading it, but I struggled a lot with that writing. Like, I was like, oh my God. I didn't have a problem with how she
wrote. I had a problem with the main character.
Yeah, me too. It was just all around horrible for me.
Kingfisher. My biggest problem with Kingfisher, which I know is like everybody loves him, so I'm sure people are like... I
don't even understand how anybody loves him. I
mean, it's a thing. People are really into like the dark and morally
disgusting
gray
person. Yeah.
To me, that's not morally gray. You're just horrible.
Disgusting.
Horrible.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I had a really hard time getting into the writing in Quicksilver. I think that it was way too basic. Like I felt like it was. I always felt like I was reading like someone's like random ramblings, whereas I do agree that Sarah Parker. I felt like I was reading a fantasy book. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm like in the world. I really did like this book.
Too. I thought that she wrote beautifully. I just would get confused sometimes because I think that she's very smart and I'm very not.
You're so smart. Shut the fuck up.
Questionable. But I liked the writing. My thing was, should I start talking about my problems with the book?
Oh, sure.
So I liked it.
Okay.
But it took me a while to be like, okay, I'm into it.
Okay.
Because it was a lot of... Here's the thing. I went into the book blind, which I won't be doing anymore for very big books.
Okay.
Because what happened, I did the same thing with Quicksilver. What happens is that like, I don't understand where we're going with things.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, what is the point of this?
Yep.
So with this book, we meet Raeve, and I'm like, ugh. Okay, I know where we're going with this. You're like this badass, like unstoppable. Oh my God, she's in the assassins. Oh, like I was like, here we go. And she didn't like her conversations with people. I was like, that entertains me. Like I like how you speak to people, but your internal thoughts drive me crazy. Like I was just like, you're too annoying in your head.
Really?
So as the book goes on, I'm not here nor there with her. I don't like her or dislike her, but I was like, Raeve, we gotta get somewhere. Okay. Like your personality is not doing it for me. You need to get better because I'm going to start not liking you. And then, we know what happens, that Ellie gets killed, which was, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Essie.
Ellie. Essie gets killed. And then I was like, what the fuck is happening here? You meet Essie, and like 4 pages later, she's dead. Which, by the way, is stupid. Stupid.
Why?
Because I just told you there's an assassin coming after me. Don't go into the Undercity, and that's the first thing you go fucking do.
For real.
What the fuck is that? I just told you Rekk Zharros is like hunting me, and they told me to lie low. And you decided to go into the Undercity. I just told you it's super hot down there right now.
Yeah. Why did she go?
So whatever, she dies, and then Raeve has like this meltdown. Understandable. Burns the whole place, which like stupid.
Kind of dramatic.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
did like
god.
that.
So the
The
little
notepad.
knee, right? That she's like cradling it like it's a baby, and I'm like, all right, whatever. I guess it's like some sentimental thing to her. She acts like an emo kid
Oh my
when she's like, Nee says, I need you. And she's like, no, you don't. And sends it back. Like, what the fuck? You're so
That
dramatic.
was the only time that I was like,
I just rolled my eyes at that. I was like, of course. And then I was just like, bro, that's such a middle school thing to do. Like,
I know.
shut up.
No one needs me anymore.
Okay. And then she sends it back, blows up her whole place, unnecessary. Like, at least save some of your weapons, like something, an outfit, like pack some underwear.
It was pointless.
But whatever. Okay, you blow up your whole shit. You're like despaired. And then we meet the other. And I was like, oh my God, here we fucking go, bro.
It's another, like, I didn't like that.
I saw the other and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I kept reading and then I realized it was Raeve. And I was like, are you kidding me?
But it's because you're just like of like a super powerful, like,
Because I was
lead?
just like, so you're this like badass with like a hidden personality that's even more badass than you. That's like this vicious killer. I didn't like it. I just was like, I thought it was a multiple personality thing, and I have a different theory now. Too. At the end of the book, I have a different theory now, which we can go into whenever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, as in go into it now or later?
I mean, we can go into it. Because I don't think there was another time that it comes out.
At the end. The other comes out at the end. I mean, we could talk about it at the end of the book.
Okay, whatever you want.
So, anyways, the other just comes out, and it's like,
I thought it was a multiple personality
same.
thing.
But I was just like, this is so annoying, bro. Like, you're just like this, like super
Vicious.
badass, vicious animal, unstoppable. Like, I would have been pissed if she had gotten to Rekk Zharros and killed him. I'm glad she got caught because I was like, of course, it would have been a Violet situation where, like, of course you took down everyone. Of course. But that didn't happen. Of course.
No, it didn't. He actually captured her.
Yeah.
And, which, by the way, it's been a long time since I dislike a villain. And, like, but I love to dislike Rekk Zharros. Like,
I obviously didn't like him, but I didn't feel anything strong. Like, I wasn't like, I just think he was
such a disgusting human. Like,
yeah, he is disgusting.
And like, even in the end, like near the end of the book, when he brings in the moon plume.
Okay, yeah, no, that was crossing the line.
That was so horrible.
Yeah, and then he starts kicking it in its wounds.
Yeah, like zero remorse. That's what I mean. It's like,
yeah, you're right, actually.
Since like you're supposed to dislike, like you're supposed to dislike the villains, and like he's obviously a villain, but I loved how much I disliked him. Like, it's like, wow, like you wrote this person, this like character perfectly because he is an asshole, he is a villain, but like you also hate him because he does all these horrible things and like doesn't care.
I get you. Yeah, I can get behind that. He did suck. I mean, I never was like, he's so funny, I like him. No. I just never really felt anything for him. Like, I was just like, you're annoying as fuck. Like, can you die already? And he kept being a problem. I think maybe I would have hated him more if Raeve hadn't been so obsessive about him, which I understand why she was. But like, okay, so Rekk Zharros fucks her up. She goes to the prison. And then... which
I was confused by because I thought... So is Rekk Zharros... So he's part of the government.
He's a bounty hunter, and the king hired him.
Okay, so he had... Okay, that makes sense now. He had...
the king of
ties with the
Fade.
The Fade, sorry.
The middle ground.
Yep.
hired him and was like,
which I love the map, by the way.
Yeah, I liked it.
I really liked it. I really liked it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. There's not much to say about that, but I really liked it.
No, and I liked that it shows like the little dragons on the breeding grounds. That was cool too.
So, okay, so then he was part of like on the government side, so it makes sense why he would give her up then. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So he basically caught her and was like, lead me to, like, give me names. Give me the rest of your organization. Because she's a part of an assassin organization that's trying to take down the government.
Yeah, what are they called? The Fior du Arth. I don't know.
Oh, and then you meet that fucking bitch, Celine or something like that. Salim. That bitch that's like trying to like Rave's boss, basically.
I hate that bitch.
I hate her too, but also I was like,
one.
you're annoying to Raeve in that moment.
Yes, but also like that's one thing that now that you bring her up, that's one of the plot holes that I don't understand.
What part do you not understand?
The fact that they're bonded through blood, right? So what, Raeve just leaves and ya nunca más se escucha de ella.
I don't know exactly how that works. Maybe we'll get more in the second book, but essentially because she's blood bound to her through her necklace, Salim has the ability to like heal her at a quicker, more effective pace than somebody else. I don't know how that works, but that's something she mentioned, that like she like healed her when she was dying in exchange for the blood oath. And that's why when she starts dragging her finger down her necklace, like she starts like squirming and shit because she's like torturing her.
Yeah. How come she never did it again?
I think they presumed that she was dead because I think that, a dragon ate her. So I think they were like, oh, she's dead.
But wouldn't she feel it through the oath?
I don't think it was like a blood bond between the two of them. I think it had to do with her necklace. So I don't know how that works. But
you see, that's a little confusing.
Yeah, definitely a plot hole. Yeah. But it might be, this is the first book. It might be investigated later on.
This is true. And one of the things that I did like, which I hated in Quicksilver, was that I'm intrigued that there are things that I don't know and things that I have like theories about, but I don't know. Whereas with Quicksilver, I was like, where are we going from here?
Well, that's how I felt in this book, where I was like, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? Because... So, like, she gets in the prison. Every time, here's the thing. Every time I would start to be like, okay, something's going to happen, it would be like, and now we're grocery shopping. Like, it would just be like a letdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, when is something going to happen? Like, when are we going to get to, like, an explanation? Like, you never understand what the journey is because it's not explained. Again, if I had read the synopsis, I would have known what the idea of the book was, and I don't think I would have felt as frustrated. So you
have to start reading synopsis.
I think for the big books, yes, because there's like I was like 300 400 pages where I was like,
damn,
can we get somewhere? And like I didn't care about what was happening in between. And I will say Raeve was a really big reason why I was like, oh my god, just go already, because essentially, like, after she goes to the prison and then, like, is condemned to death, the guy, Kaan,
okay,
he recognizes her.
Right.
And so immediately you're like, great, so you're not who you say you are. There's something about you.
Right.
And he, like, lifts her head and puts, like, a dragon flame and sees, like, 1,000,000 runes on her forehead. And so you're like, interesting. And in the middle of this, you're also getting these journal entries by Elluin. So immediately I was like, Elluin is Raeve. Immediately.
That was a little bit of a letdown how quickly we put that together.
But I think that maybe it wasn't meant to be hidden. Like, I don't think she necessarily tried to keep that a secret. Maybe she was like, yeah, you're supposed to.
Which would make sense because why is this Kaan guy so obsessed with her?
Well, you can tell very early on. He like heals her back. He does all this shit for her, and like
the scent of him.
Yeah, the scent of him triggers her. Like, so you're like, okay,
there's something here.
Obviously, something's going on.
Yeah.
And so he like his dragon goes to the stake, rips her out.
I love that internal dialogue though. That moment where she was like, "This thing is going to eat me."
Yeah. She's like, it's going to feed me to its babies.
I don't want to die with all this dragon saliva. That was funny.
But I kept getting frustrated because it's like, first he recognizes her. Then she's like tied to the stake. And the queen there recognizes her. So you're like, bro, can you just say who the fuck you are?
The shade.
The queen of the fade. The fade is the middle ground.
Yes, of course.
So Kadok's the king of the middle ground. Tyroth is the king of the shade, which is the south, the cold area. And
where
then
she's from.
Yeah. Kaan is the king of the north, the burn.
Yep.
So in the middle, and then Kadok and Tyroth are twins.
Yep.
Which that, I was like, what, where, who, what? It took me a while to really place them.
Okay.
Because you're not talking about any of them, really. You're not saying Kadok, you're not saying Tyroth. She's just like, I want to kill that fucking king. Then Kaan comes and like, we don't talk about Tyroth, Kadok, anyone for like 250 pages.
True.
And then they mention it again. You're like, huh? And as this is happening, the journal entries are progressing, which I will say are depressing. The journal entries are depressing.
Yeah. I definitely felt like they're okay. So the journal entries, I was trying really hard to read into them because I felt like it was constantly like, okay, so what is the point of this? What I'm trying to gather like information that maybe she doesn't want to give me right away. Which makes sense because she's telling you the buildup of like why, what happened is what happened. But what is kind of even sadder is that she's supposed to be like this big deal, like royalty, basically. But
with
her
a happy
brother,
family based off of her journal entries.
Yeah, but then her brother is just like basically dead emotionally.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I will say, if I had snuck away on my brother's sled or whatever the fuck he took, and I'm guessing he fell and broke his legs.
Yeah.
I will let you know right now, we both would have died there because I can't fucking drag your ass. And I have zero survival skills. So if it had been me and my brother, we would have died frozen in that tundra of ice. Like, I promise you, there would have been no more Elluin, no more Carla. We die here. So she did more than I could. But yeah, he breaks his legs, and then his dragon is, I guess, like it needed more time in the ice, but she brought it in because there was like these wolf kind of things.
Because she was trying to save him. Yeah.
She was trying to like keep them all alive because the journal entry right before you find out what the conclusion there is, she's like, there's like these, not wolves, but like you get the idea that they're like wolves it's a pack of animals that are approaching, and she's like, I'm gonna have to get Hayden's knife. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to defend the egg. And then later on in the next journal entry, she tells you like, I had to take it in, and like it hatched at the wrong time, so one of its wings is weak, and then its mom found us, and I just like jumped on that bitch, and that's what saved us.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah. So the journal entries get progressively depressing.
Sadder. Yeah. Okay.
Especially when her entire family dies.
Wow.
And then she gets like basically kidnapped.
And enslaved.
Yeah, essentially. And taken up to the burn, where her moon plume follows her and starts blistering in the sun and goes blind. Oh my God. I was devastated by that.
This was horrible. And she was like, she felt it. She was like, I just wish.
Just turn back.
Like, just leave.
Yeah,
just
leave me here.
Please. And it wouldn't.
That would destroy me.
That
made me so fucking sad. I will say I did shed a tear like once or twice in this book, which again, not easy to make me cry. I wasn't sobbing like Sunrise on the Reaping, but I did like shed a tear, like a genuine fuck, this is so sad.
What parts?
So the first part, oh my God, was when Kaan brings her to the burn, and he's like, his sister's like, you're gonna ease her into it, and he's like, yeah, and then he takes her directly to Saltra's fucking grave, and like that part, I was like,
me sentí tan mal.
I felt bad, and then when she's like, Because right after that, Veya's like, I thought you were going to ease her into it. And he was like, well, I obviously fucking didn't. So,
Well, I obviously showed her my tomb.
well, okay, I showed her my obsession and her dead dragon in a past life.
That I pieced together bit by
That
bit.
I've been, dude.
Bro.
And that's what he's doing at the prison. He's trading
Yeah.
something for the last
Yep.
little shard. I think he's still missing one. I might be wrong.
I think he's still missing a few.
Yeah, I think he's missing one.
One?
I
Okay.
think, but I might be wrong. But anyways, he takes her to his obsessive tomb, which is honestly, he's so sweet. He's so sweet.
Okay, this
She
is
doesn't deserve
one
him.
of
No.
oh
Raeve does not. Elluin, maybe. Raeve, no.
damn! I thought you would respect that one a little more.
No, because
She doesn't remember anything.
I know,
and she
but
has had a lot of loss.
You know what got me was when she was playing pretend with him, and she was he was
That was
like,
fucking
Raeve, this
mean.
hurts. That really hurt me.
Oh yeah, that
I
was
like,
bad.
dude,
That
like,
was okay.
You know he doesn't want pretend, because when you guys were like in that little cottage on the way to the burn, and you like were gonna slit his throat, and instead you were like, actually, let's have sex.
Yeah.
He was like looking at you with love in his eyes, and like you could tell there was something deeper there. And she
And
was
you were like, I just want a distraction.
she was like, we can go forward, but you need to stop looking at me like that, and like this means something. And he was like, then no. And he stopped. So you know that he doesn't want just like, let's play pretend. He wants the real deal. And I get it, you can't give it to him, but then don't fucking play with him
Don't
either.
do that. Okay. Let me think back. Okay, Kaan is one of my recent faves.
Yeah,
I really like him.
me too. I love him.
I really, really like him.
I love him.
Like, I think that thinking back at all the books that we have gone over, and it's hard because I don't include the Hunger Games compared to these books. I don't know if you do.
Hunger Games is different.
It's a different, like, pretty, like a whole different genre in my eyes. So, like, when I think of the books that we have talked through this year, I'm thinking like Xaden, I'm thinking Kingfisher, and I'm thinking Kaan. And I hated Kingfisher, but Kaan is like so sweet.
I love him.
He's so sweet, but like he's not like a little pushover either, you know?
He is a lot at first for her, but
Well, true.
finally he's like, no, you're going to hear me. And I was like, yes. Fucking
I don't
yes.
understand why they waited so long for that.
I think I understand. I
Well,
mean,
he was trying to ease her in after the tomb.
no, but
Come on.
I think that he felt so like, I can't believe you're alive, and I just want you to be happy and healthy. But she,
you know, I
but
don't know.
she is alive, and it is Elluin, whether she admits it or not. And I understand. Like, if I woke up and I one day was like, my name is, I don't know, Samantha, and like I was just like, and people kept being
And
like,
there's a
yeah,
guy
but you
in
used
love
to
with
be
you.
Carla, and you used to be,
With
you know,
this guy that's
my
obsessed
wife
with
or
you.
my girlfriend or my this or my that, and I'd be, I don't fucking know you. I understand that, but to him, he's been ever since her death obsessing over her to the point where he collected all the shards. Do you know how deeply you need to look for shards of a fucking broken dragon?
I've been literally wondering how he even could find this or how he would know that these are the right
Dude.
pieces.
So like he's like so you can see that his love is so profound for her that I can understand that he's like, you're here, you're in this world. And he even tells her, he's like, I get to have the like peace that you're somewhere in this world. So go do you and be happy and do whatever it is you need to do.
Maybe he does. Maybe she doesn't deserve him.
She doesn't.
I really
have a
like
lot of
Kaan.
thoughts on Raeve. I don't dislike her. I want to clarify that. I don't dislike her, but I do not like her. She needs to get better in the second book. It's like Feyre. I didn't like Feyre in the first book. It
She
wasn't
was like
to the middle of the second
neutral
book
for
that I
me.
started liking her. No, I didn't like her. I was like, you're a dumbass bitch. You make stupid ass decisions.
No, she was neutral to me. Well, okay, so Raeve, I'm trying to kind of assess it. I don't dislike her.
I don't dislike her either, but I don't like her. Like, I'm not neutral. I don't like her, but I don't dislike her, if that makes sense.
Okay, so if I like Violet somehow, which I don't,
You do.
It's so funny because
You're
I
a Violet
haven't.
defender.
I kind of am, but I don't know why. And think I still go back to the fact that I like Xaden and Tarn. I don't know. It's hard for me to like. I don't know why it's hard for me to like assess like how much I like a character. I just know I hate some. So like it's funny. Like I think my range is like I hate this character or like you're whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of I love this character. Well, I love Xaden.
Yeah.
I love Tarn.
I know. And you love Katniss and Peeta and
Well, yeah,
Haymitch.
for sure. I didn't like anybody in Quicksilver except for that funny guy that ends up being the king.
Carrion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, sidetrack. But okay, so I would say that I'm a little bit neutral to Raeve. I don't like her and I don't dislike her.
I'm not neutral.
But I really like Kaan though.
I love Kaan. I love him.
So I'll tell you this. I didn't like how long they kept up the ruse of like we know this girl.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like you know that he got piqued interest like way back in like the bar thing, right? And then he rescues her from the cell. I mean, he like heals her in the cell and then his dragon takes her and then we go to the cottage and then they go to the burn and then the sister comes in and then like still no one's telling her who she really is. I don't like how long that was.
I can get behind that because I kept being like, dude, when are we gonna fucking find out who the fuck you are? And I was like, I already know you're Elluin, so just tell me what happened.
Yeah.
Because it kept being like, she'd be like, oh, this weird feeling I have for him. Oh, this weird connection. Oh, this weird that. We're laughing as if we've been friends as if we've known each other forever. Da 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 da. And it's just like, you already know that he knows her. You already know that she's not who she's saying she is.
Right.
So it's just like, can you give it to me already? And it was 300 pages of that. And look, a lot of what began my frustration with Raeve was that all of this shit happens, right? She gets arrested. She gets put on a stake. The fucking dragon eats her. Then she ends up like spit out and like in this fucking random area with a king that she hates because he's one of the, I don't know their last name, Kaan Vagor, one of the Vagor brothers. And so she's like, I hate him. And then she like has this weird thing for him. And then like, she like runs away and then this like tribe finds her and then this fucking fate herder,
The fucking tribe
fucking fate herder is which are legendary, you never see them, is like, go this way, and she's resisting it.
Okay, that one annoyed the fucking shit.
And I'm just like, bitch, if this is in my world where they never come around and when they do, you know what they're doing is leading you to your fate, stop. And throughout all of this, she's in the cave. She goes through the trial. These two people are fighting for her hand. She doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. They like la desnudan. How do you say that? Strip her.
Yeah.
And they paint her with blood. And then they call her the Kamakan or something. Kalka. Okay, I was wrong.
Right?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's called Kolu.
They call her the Kolu. They keep calling her the Kolu. Then these two guys come up to her with like these two offerings, and she doesn't understand what the fuck is going on this whole time.
Which the Kolu is meant to be like the offspring. This is actually important. I'm glad we brought here. So the Kolu is meant to be like the offspring of the Kolu is meant to tether the moons on the sky. Mm-hmm. There's already an offspring.
But maybe this new version of her is the Kolu and not the old version of her. Because I thought the same thing.
Huh. Really?
My theory. Because she is not Elluin anymore. She's just not. Like,
no.
There's differences in her.
Unless it is all based on like inner trauma that they're going to release.
I think it's like she's hatched now. So it's like a new version of, or maybe it's the same person, but like now she's reborn, and now this reborn version of hers offspring. Because I thought the same thing. I was like, well, that's bullshit because a fucking moon fell and it was her. So.
Yeah, because she is the moon that fell.
Mm-hmm. That's the title, When the Moon Hatched.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about this trial.
Like this. Go ahead. Yes, please.
But like I want to come back to it because so she goes through this shit, right? A trial, doesn't understand what's happening. These two guys are fighting for her. Then one of them wins. Then they tell her you're gonna marry him and have all his kids. And then she's like, no, I object. And then she like fights. And then Kaan comes and saves her. And then Kaan takes her to the fucking shade, right?
Very attractive entry.
The burn. And then in every part of this, she's like, I'm just trying to go back to Rekk Zharros. I'm just like, I need to go get Rekk Zharros. Okay, but like she's literally watching the trial and she's like, okay, whatever, I'll accept both of these things. Because in her head, she's like, because as soon as this is over, I'm going to go find Rekk Zharros. Like the whole fucking time. And I understand. He killed someone you love. I get that. But like right now, what's going on, it's bigger than fucking Rekk Zharros. Yep. Okay? You don't know what they're painting you with blood. They're saying, these people, whether you believe them or not, are saying that your offspring is going to fucking stop the moons from falling.
You are literally in what feels like a cavern. Of a fucking tribe.
Of a dragon's fucking like carcass.
Correct.
There is a legendary fate herder that is literally sitting there staring at you to make sure you go nowhere.
I hated that part. I actually got very annoyed by.
And she does this at every step of the way. She goes to the burn and they're like, she sees Veya and she yells at her. She's like, Veya, come back or whatever. And Veya's like, you know me. And she's like, no, I don't know you. I just said that. Yeah. And like in these moments, she's realizing like, okay, there is some truth to here. Like there's something going on. And in her head, she's like, Rekk Zharros. Like,
I did
pause and figure out what the fuck is going on with you right now.
Yep.
Go get Rekk Zharros in a week, in a month. He's not going anywhere.
Yep, you're gonna get him. It's fine.
He's right there.
Yep.
And like the whole time, I understand. Listen, if somebody killed someone I love, believe me that I would be bloodthirsty also.
Yeah.
But like, not in this world, but like in that world. I'm not trying to get arrested. But
I plead the fifth.
I'm just saying, like, I understand that. Yeah. But you're in the middle of so much crazy shit right now. You just got swallowed by a dragon. And you're like, I just think
you need to take a second and like reassess your hierarchy of goals.
She's just obsessive with the fucking Rekk Zharros. And I get it. You want to kill him. But right now what's going on is bigger than that. Specifically, let's circle back, the fucking tribe. Dude, she just went along with everything for so much longer than I would have. Because I would have been like, you're not taking my clothes off and putting blood on me. What the fuck is happening?
Okay, so that part annoyed the living shit out of me because what the fuck do you mean you're in some random tribe in the middle? I don't know where the fuck. And you're like, let me just go along this so I can go get to Rekk Zharros. No. These people.
How about what the fuck are you doing? What if they're preparing you to eat you?
Correct. There's a ritual. You know it's a ritual. You know that there's something weird going on. And what the hell do you mean? You're not going to ask questions. That's what bothered me. There was no questions being asked.
No, and then they come up to her and they're like presenting her with something. One with a necklace, the other with a tiara. She's like, what the fuck is this? And that bitch that can translate is like, oh, you have to pick both of them. Like, you have to grab both of them. And she's like, okay. I would have been like, why? What happens when I do that? Why are there two almost naked men offering me something? Never a good sign. Never a good sign. And she's just like, okay.
And she's so untrustworthy. Like, what's that word? Like when you first meet Raeve in the book, and she's like going through like the store or whatever. She's coming back to the apartment where that she's with Essie and stuff. Like her inner thoughts are very like, I'm alone. Like I only have her. I don't trust anybody. I like it's better not to be around anybody because everybody that I'm around gets hurt. So she's paranoid. What the fuck do you mean she's just going along this? I don't get that part.
It pissed me off.
That entire part, I was like,
it pissed me off so much. And then finally, someone wins, and they're like, he's going to be your new husband and you're going to bear his children. And that's when she's like, no, stop. I'll fight for my own hand. Which I was like, okay. And this motherfucker pulls out a snake. I would have been like, teacher, he just fucking cheated. I
don't understand why she was just like, oh, fucking asshole.
Because she's trying to be a badass. And like, okay, but literally your ability to like, you're going to be forced to be his like breeding slave
Literally.
if you fucking lose this. And you're getting
Literally.
delirious. And like it's a snake. It put venom in you.
Correct. And she was just like, must fight till
And
the
all
end.
this time, she's like, I just got to win this so I can get back to Rekk Zharros. Like right now. Right
Or
fucking now.
Even as she's dying, she's like, I just regret not being able to.
Right motherfucking now is not the Rekk Zharros moment.
No.
That drove me crazy with
That
her.
entire tribe moment was just like, please
She was
refocus on the
driving
fact
me
that
out
I
of my
actually
fucking mind.
think that you're in fucking danger. Like, reassess your fucking priorities because this is an issue.
She was just so spiky too. Like once you get to the burn and she acknowledges that like I probably am whoever the fuck he thinks I am. Because I'm having memories and I
Like
know
those
this
little
girl's name.
flashbacks, yeah.
Yeah, and these people know me. And then he takes her to meet Saltra.
But before we get there, Kaan arrives at the tribe, and I loved that part.
Me too. Rips the roof off. Yes.
Love that part. And then he like basically, okay, so this is one part that I'm like, maybe you're right, maybe Raeve doesn't. Like, I haven't completely agreed with you.
Okay.
But maybe Raeve doesn't deserve him. But the part where he gives her the malmar, is that how you say it? I don't know. I feel like people see this podcast and they're so Latin.
I feel like people are like, what the fuck are they even saying sometimes? Because you and I will just say like a full sentence in Spanish and move on. We won't even translate it.
Someone's gonna be like, are we going to get subtitles?
I know.
What the fuck did you guys
Haven't
just
figured that
say?
part out yet. We'll get there eventually.
There's just some things that are better said in Spanish and we understand them better. But anyways.
Like cursing in Spanish is just, yeah. There's somewhere, like fuck is just great.
Yeah, I like that one.
But when I really want to let it out, a string of like bad words in Spanish
makes
it
you
just
feel
feels
fulfilled.
good.
Yeah. Okay, so he gives her the Malmar necklace thing, right? What I loved was that he did that pact of like, I see you as my equal. So like even if he falls,
She's still above that
the other guy.
And she could say, fuck you.
Exactly. That was...
She doesn't deserve him. She doesn't deserve him. And I know that he's
really
coming
cute.
from a different place of like, he's
Had her.
looking at Elluin. He's not looking at Raeve. And even if he's looking at Raeve, like I think he's able to identify that she's not Elluin anymore, but he can't separate his love for Elluin with Raeve. Because
Exactly.
it's the same woman, but with a different mind.
Completely different from the sounds of it. Like she's very, very different. She's she's a lot more abrasive because
Elluin seemed very lovely.
headstrong. But even, okay, so there is this part in I think in the diary.
I know what you're going to talk about.
The part where the food.
Yeah. Where
Right.
she's like, fucking piece of shit, bitch, whatever, I'll
Piece
eat.
of shit, and then like she gets on the table and like runs and gets the meat and whatever.
Yeah.
Like you could tell that Elluin was headstrong.
Yes.
Right? But she wasn't abrasive. And I feel like Raeve is abrasive.
Yeah, I think Elluin was headstrong but open, like open to people, open to love, open to things.
Yeah.
And Raeve is completely shut off from everything. And I understand that she went through something crazy that we
100%.
don't even know about yet.
No.
So I get why she is the way she is. But it just comes off really, 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 really harsh when it's Kaan constantly bending and giving and pleading and like
Let me just listen to me.
or just like, I just love you, just please, like, here, this. And she's like, no to everything. No,
Yeah.
fuck you, fuck everything you feel.
Yep.
No.
I agree. So anyways, Kaan rescues her.
Yeah.
They get into the burn. Okay, so I just need to say this out loud. And like, just because I kind of was like slightly annoyed, but then like because she didn't dive into the side characters, I like got over it. But I just found such a similarity to Acotar with the side characters like Veya and then Grim and then ¿cómo se llama el otro?
I kept calling him Porky, but I think it's Pyrock.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that my friend also made that.
Oh, really?
I think that she also made that like, oh, I see similarities to Acotar here.
Yeah. Especially with Graham being all like moody and he's going on his own little, which like no one tells me if he survived, but I mean, his little side quest.
I know it's kind of like a cliff. Wow, there's tremendo cliffhanger in all sides of the story at the end.
Yeah. So anyways, he gets, so that was the only like little side note that I was like, oh, those, but then it didn't really continue. So I was like, whatever, we'll leave it as is, because Velia goes to her own little side quest, which I think was very important. And Grim goes to try to get some dragon.
Her side quest.
Her side quest.
Dude, oh my God.
So here's one thing I'm confused about, and maybe you gathered it different. So what I understood is that when you're royalty, you are either marrying for like a dynasty, or you're giving yourself to the gods. What the hell does that mean? That she can do runes?
Who?
Velia? Because she basically masked herself.
She had a bracelet that masked her.
Right.
But I'm not clear on what giving yourself to the gods means.
I don't get it either.
I think it means dedicating yourself to them, studying runes, becoming adept at that. But with the way she was able to disguise herself was because she had a bangle that allowed her to, like, I think if you get the blood of somebody and you put it in the bangle, you can look like them.
That was crazy.
Which is what she did.
Why she let that go?
Listen to me. I just want to real quick on that. When she was like walking around as that girl and the maid was like, what are you doing down here? You need to be upstairs right now with Tyroth, King Tyroth. And she's like, oh, I got lost. Like, and she's like, here, just take a duster so it at least looks like you're doing something, because when they're going to start talking, I was like, this bitch is fucking Tyroth. The girl that she was disguised at, I was like, she's fucking Tyroth. She's going to go up there. Tyroth is going to see her. He's going to rape her sister. He's going to rape his sister. Or something crazy is going to happen. She's going to have to reveal herself. Some tragedy. Dude, she walks into that fucking room and he's like, oh, there you are, bitch, basically.
He's such a piece of shit.
And then he's like, you think just because you're carrying my bastard, you could do whatever you want? And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is going to happen to her?
I genuinely thought she was going to have to kill him.
I thought he was going to like make her do something.
Yeah. I thought she was going to have to kill him.
I don't think she would have killed him though. Like I think he would have killed her.
Really?
You're not going to eliminate one of the biggest threats in the first book. Tyroth and Kadok are the two biggest like heavy hitters. That's true. There's three that we find out at the end of it.
I love that twist. I really like this book. But okay. One thing I do want to side note here. It's kind of crazy to me that Kaan is the oldest brother and the twins are younger and they're bigger assholes than him.
So Kaan was treated like shit by the dad because he couldn't hear all four.
But neither can the other two.
They can.
Not all four. I think they can only do 3.
No, I think they can do all 4.
You think?
Google it real quick, because I'm pretty sure that's why he favored them.
I don't think so.
Maybe it's not mentioned, but
I thought it was that they could hear 3.
I don't remember that being the case. I just remember Kaan saying that his dad hated him and he made him join like the little tribe thing because he could only hear 2 of the elements. I mean, we'll figure it out later, but regardless, it's sibling dynamics. Like some siblings are just born completely different. Tyroth
I guess the twins are together. Yeah, that's true.
They shared a womb, so they
and then they hate Velia or two.
Veya. Well, they all minus Kaan hate Veya because her mother died in childbirth, so they blame her for that.
Oh, well, that was her fault.
Except for Kaan. But yeah,
really, the oldest is like the dad's like heir. So it's kind of interesting to me that Kaan was like the one hated.
Kaan said because he could only wield 2 beads, that's why his dad like hated him essentially.
Pobrecito.
I know. And he was a good guy, like even back then.
The entire time.
It's not like Elluin changed him. Like he was just always good.
Yeah.
And he took care of Veya. Like he basically was like, I'll raise you kind of thing.
I know.
Which Veya, I was like, when I first met her, I was like, you're going to piss me off just because she's super abrasive. Yeah. I was like, oh, another Raeve. Here we go. And then I was like, good. Fight both of you because you're both annoying. Kick each other's asses.
Velia, I didn't like her.
Who?
Velia.
Oh yeah, me
Vil.
neither.
I didn't like her. She was kind of annoying to me. It was kind of like that sister that thinks that you're like the next ruler of the kingdom. Shut the fuck out. I didn't like her.
She just annoyed me because of how, again, abrasive she, like, dude, I'm carrying a girl that's like bleeding and dying, and you're peppering me with questions right now.
At first, I thought it was like Kaan's girlfriend.
I immediately was like, oh, this must be like his sister. And then I was like, wait, he hasn't said that. Is this his fucking girlfriend?
Yeah, because then he's like, oh, I let her get 3 hits in. If that were my sister and you hit me once,
You're not getting one in.
you're not getting one in. What are you talking about?
Throwing you off this mountain.
So at first I thought that was going to be the...
Sibling dynamics are crazy though.
So I felt like that was actually... I thought that was the trope. Like, Elluin is back and he's already like married or some shit. But then, no, that's not it. But that's what I thought when I first met Velia.
I initially thought that was his sister, but then I was like, wait, he hasn't even said that this is his sister. Let me like not assume, because this might turn really fucking weird for me if I think that's his sister. And then very shortly thereafter, he's like, you know, I love you. You're my sister or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, okay. But she's just annoying. Like,
Yeah, I don't like her.
It's just...
I mean, so far, she's annoying.
I'm sure she's been through crazy shit. Her dad was awful. But I just don't like when people's only personality is bitch.
I hate that too.
Like,
coming from a bitchy person like
Yeah.
me, like...
coming from 2 bitches, like, the thing is, like, it can be your default, but can you have moments of, like,
just
softness
normal?
and, like, even when she fucking visits, like, she's watching Elluin heal, she talks to the girl who's like healing her, and she's like, dude, she has like massive like runes all over her, like this bitch has been fucked up. And Veya's like, don't tell Kaan. And she goes out there and they're playing Scrippy, I think it's called, and she's immediately in cocky asshole mode, and it's like, can you just sit there and talk shit and be like, hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, do you have to just always be annoying?
No,
That's your
it's
only
so annoying.
like
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah, agreed.
So I don't like Veya. Grim, I was like, you're not like barely spoken. I don't fucking give a shit about you. I liked Porky. Pyrock. It would, because autocorrect would, I would put Pyrock and it'd be like Porky, and I was like, that's your name now.
That's your name now. And if you've seen our podcast long enough, well, you know that we like give them little nicknames.
Yeah. So I liked him. Oh,
Yeah.
Raeve. I would call her Raven all the time because when
Yes.
yeah. And then
What was the name for Saturdays?
Sarah.
Sarah. So this Sarah bitch.
Yeah.
And we're like, who's Sarah? But anyways, so I think that when she gets to the burn, I think that I understand that she knows that, like, even within herself, like, she makes it seem like she's compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
Like, in this icy no sé qué.
Yep.
And we know that she feels like she knows that there's something there that she's like blocking with like a 20 feet brick wall.
Yep.
She knows that there's something there. I understand her not wanting to open that up and her being like, I don't know who's this Elluin bitch, and like I don't want to be her, and I don't want to open up those wounds. I want to be Raeve. But if she truly was going to do that, she should have just left. The whole like her pretending.
I hated that.
That was, and then he was like, that hurts.
Yeah, that broke
like,
my
it
heart.
hurt.
That really did break my heart.
Yeah.
That made me be like, you're a fucking bitch, bro. And here's the thing, like, you see that Raeve has the capacity to be soft because that whole time that she is pretending, she is soft with him. And she's laughing and she's like, come on, dance with me. And it's like, that Raeve I can like.
Yeah.
That has multiple layers. But just, I'm a bitch Raeve, I can't get with that. I just cannot get behind that. And I know that she's been through things. But people have like different layers. Like
100%.
And look, you know what also would annoy me when she would be like, and I bury it in my lake. I was like, shut up. Get fucking lake, bitch. I get it. It was trying to paint a picture. And what I will say is the author did a great job at painting a picture in my head.
Yeah.
Constantly.
I agree.
Constantly. This book played like a full movie in my head.
Yep. I knew where I was at all time. That was awesome.
Setting wise, I knew my backdrop. I had
That
a
is
pretty
so
crystal clear
true.
picture of almost everything except for the characters, just because I usually like to see a fan art reference to like.
Did you look it up?
At the end, but honestly, there's not a lot of fan art out on this.
Should we do that? Just kidding. I don't know.
Who's gonna do that? Not me. But yeah. I had a hard time with that. What made me cry was one of the times when she goes down to the like when Kaan is like, come to the grave, and he basically like drags her down there, and she's like leaning her head on it, and then he's like, right there, in there is a hole that cradled Elluin, and she sees like a space for a person.
Yeah.
I cried there. I shed a tear because he's like, because Saltra like broke into when Elluin died, broke into like the tower, took her up and
Yeah.
It just broke my heart because I love Saltra. That's one thing that the author made me love her so much.
I know.
And it just
look how much
really
that
touched
dragon did for her. Went all the way to the burn, came all the way back.
Lost her baby because her baby was Hayden's dragon.
I know. So, you know what really bothered me too? That Saltra sounds like a bad bitch, right? The dragon. And she allowed these like lesser fucking molten maws to like escort her just so that she could be next to Elluin. And it just the way that it's written, like you can tell that Saltra could have like killed these motherfuckers in a second.
It broke my heart when Elluin was describing how Saltra was screeching behind her with holes in her wings. Like Saltra really, I grew to love her so much, and it didn't take much.
No.
That part made me shed a tear when that part I told you about when she's like when he's talking about like, oh, he took her up, and then she sees like the hole and she leans her head on it, and then she's like, fuck this, I'm leaving. And then there was another part that made me shed a tear, but I can't remember right now.
Well, while you think about that, I really think that the whole idea of her, I think it's wild that she traveled all the way to the burn and back to the fade and stayed there. Because now we know that Elluin was like trapped with Tyroth and had Kaan's baby and like went through like pregnancy and labor with this asshole, thinking that it was his baby, which means that
we don't know if he thought it was his baby or not, because in her last journal entry, she's like, I'm like so pregnant, I feel so weak, the stone is like sucking the life out of me, and essentially shows the baby. And she's like, Tyroth hasn't said anything about whether or not he believes it's his kid, but he has a blood something flying in. And if that blood, I don't know the word she used, blood something.
Right.
Which what they do is like they
check the paternity.
Right. And then if she's like, if he does that, then the arrow is going to point north. Not to where Tyroth is. And he's going to know that it's Kaan's baby.
Right. But for him to have doubt, it means that they had sex.
No, yeah, definitely.
Right. So what I mean is that she's like in this whole other place, had to have sex with this cruel, disgusting human to make it seem like that's his baby, right?
Horrible.
And she's alone. And during this entire time, Saltra's there.
Yeah.
Outside, waiting for her. And then she dies. And Saltra takes her. So sad. Like that was, I really like.
You know what's another crazy moment? Okay. Like 300 pages. I started speed reading because I was like, this needs to get better. And once they land in the burn, that's when I was like, okay, I'm interested. I did like the book. I want to say that already because I've been trashing parts of it. I did like it. I just felt like fucking Raeve was so frustrating. And finally, when that bitch is knocked out and you get Kaan's perspective, I was like, okay,
Lovely.
I'm liking this. You get Veya's perspective, and I was like, you're annoying, but I can handle this.
Yeah.
Then it goes back to Kaan, and I was just like, okay, I like this now.
Yep.
I think the other part where I did shed a tear was a part where Kaan is talking to her and just, I don't know if it's when he was like, this hurts, Raeve. I don't think it was that. But I think it was afterwards where I was just like, oh my God, he's just so
In love
with her, and she just keeps hurting him. And
I know.
I just felt very hurt for him. Like I was like, my God, this is so fucking sad, man.
Yeah.
This book was sad as fuck.
It was
Sad as
like a
fuck.
tragedy love story.
Yeah.
Between two people where one won't engage and the other one is like, but just, I'm here for you.
I wanted to say also, you mentioned how like you're like, I understand that like you know that there's something more and you don't want to know what it is.
I respect that in a way.
In a way, I can understand that. And
Yeah.
it's like you said, if that's the case, then fucking leave.
Absolutely.
But what I also will say is that it's, in my opinion, that's a disgrace to the memory of the people that you loved because you're erasing them. The people
she
you
doesn't
love.
even know.
Right. But she doesn't even want to know what
Right.
she's lost. And when I love very deeply.
Yeah.
And like,
Same.
I think that would tear me up inside
Yeah.
to lose my whole family. But I think people live on in memories, you know? Like, yeah, there's pictures
Right.
and shit, but like people live on through your memories and through you talking about them. And by choosing to not remember them, she's erasing them. And I get that. I think that it's valid. Like it would break her all over again to know what she had and lost. But it's also a disservice to their memory to just be like, I'm not going to remember you.
I can see how you feel that way, but I don't think she can even form that thought because she doesn't know. She doesn't remember.
She knows that what she doesn't know is heartbreaking, which
why would
tells
you wanna know?
Because it tells me that there was something that I loved. Because to get my heart broken, I loved.
But think about it this way. She loved two people in her memory, Fallon and Essie. And look how broken up she is about them.
Right. And
so imagine something worse.
Right. But then it's like, so you're going to choose to forget Fallon and Essie, and then they essentially don't exist in this world because you're the only one who remembers them, and now you've wiped them out of your mind. I don't think she would do that. I get it. I know that it hurts.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too. Look, I don't know what she's been through, but you can tell that it's some crazy fucking shit.
Yeah.
You can tell. So I'm not trying to say like, oh, she sucks, like this and that. Like, I understand that she's been through some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
But I also think like part of life is healing.
Yeah.
If you don't heal and move on from things, you stay stuck in bullshit. And like, I get that she just wants to stay stuck in it. She doesn't want to love anyone. She doesn't want to let anyone. Right. But you're choosing to stay in misery. To not let yourself feel anything.
I think she's staying
even Essie, she regrets never telling her that she loved her.
I know. But I don't think that she's choosing to stay in misery. I think she's choosing to stay in a neutral place. She doesn't want to feel too hard.
Right. But that's not life.
But it might be if you know that things could be so much worse.
No.
Yeah.
You don't go through life without caring about things, about people, a pet.
Unless it hurts so bad that you're like, I'd rather be numb.
But that's
how many people are numb right now?
That's not good though. I get it. Listen, I know how hard life can be and how sometimes
You just want to not feel anything.
Right. But that can't be your permanent state of existence. Okay. You can't feel joy like that.
No, but here's the thing. You can't if you're going to be a part of somebody else's life. So, like, this is where I would disagree with you in the sense that, like, if she were planning to stay in the burn and, like, I want to be friends with Kaan and Veya, fuck you. Like, no, you can't just be this, like, stone bitch.
Yeah.
But if you're really just going to leave and just hunt down Rekk Zharros and, like, just live your life as an assassin, yeah, you can.
So you're going to open yourself to loving a moon plume, but you're not going to open yourself to knowing anything about anyone else that you loved?
What do you mean?
She falls in love with a moon plume at the end of the book.
Oh, well, I mean, I think it's easier to love a creature than it is for human emotion.
Matter. I just think it's a disservice to the people she loved. Like,
okay,
I haven't lost like that.
Right.
So I know it's a pain that I can't even imagine. But I think that it's something that, like, I wouldn't want the people I love to be erased from memory just because I can't deal with the pain of their loss. And I, again, have not lost like that. So
Yeah.
I know that it's something unfathomable. But I just think it's wrong that she's so like, I refuse to know. I refuse.
Yeah.
Even with Kaan, like, the very least that you owe him is to know what you two had.
That's
the very least.
That's fair. Yes, that is fair. I do think that if she was very adamant that she didn't want to know anything, she should have been out. She stayed and simmered in the burn,
But
basically.
even like everything
So-
he did for you.
Yeah, fair. No,
He
not true.
healed
Like
you,
healed
saved you,
saved you,
like
brought
twice.
you, like 3 times, honestly.
Yeah.
Brought you to like a safe haven, basically. Lets you do your thing. Like you could just have heard him out. I would agree with that.
And the thing that pisses me off is that she's like, no, I'm leaving immediately to everything. Like, you don't even let him say one thing to you.
She's so hard to have a conversation with.
And here's the thing, too. She needs to hear what he has to say, because if Tyroth sees her, what do you think is going to happen?
That's the part. That's the other part. That's the one thing that I didn't like about Kaan is that you need to step in.
And Veya said it.
Yeah.
Veya was like, if they get their hands on her, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? And they have tools, things to make her obey.
Exactly. So, like, I do think at that point he was being a little bit too much of a pushover with her. Like, I think at one point he'd be like, Mija, you got to listen to me because you and my kingdom are in danger.
And we haven't even got into, like, the biggest thing. Her daughter. You need to know that she's out there. You need to.
But does he know? No, he doesn't know.
Kaan knows that that's his daughter.
Kaan does not know that
she's his daughter.
No, he doesn't.
That she is her daughter. That she is Elluin's daughter. Whether he knows that Kizari is his daughter or not, you know that that's Elluin's child. That's why he loves her. That's why he's nice to Kizari.
That's true.
So at the very least, Elluin, Raeve,
that's what
needs
he's
to know
talking
that she
about.
has a daughter.
So that's
and
what
needs
he's
to know
talking
the
about.
situation that, yeah, that's what he's talking about, where he's like, we need to talk because there's someone who needs you. And when he said that, I was like, Kizari's her daughter. Immediately, I read that and I was like, Kizari is her daughter. Kizari is her daughter.
That's crazy that you made that. I didn't know that until like it was spelled out for me.
Because I was like, who the fuck else needs her?
So my thought was that somehow Hayden was alive or some shit, or that Fallon character.
Well, I knew Hayden wasn't alive because of the little moon still being up there, and he doesn't know who Fallon is, so I didn't think of Fallon at all.
Okay, so that's the other thing. I'm still like, who the fuck is Fallon? Which brings me to, before I go there, actually, let's finish that thought. Because I didn't know, I didn't like put 2 and 2 together until it was spelled out for me, actually. Like, I actually didn't know who he was talking about. And then when Veya finds the journal, and she's like, oh my God, it was Kaan's kid. Like, right? Like, they're Kizari.
I didn't put that together until then.
Okay.
I thought it was Tyroth and this girl.
Elluin.
Yeah. I thought that they had Kizari.
Okay. Here's a plot that a part of that plot that I really dislike. If they fell in love as deeply as the book makes it seem, why would Kaan would actually believe that his Elluin would want to be with Tyroth?
I think the consistent theme with Kaan is that he's just like, do whatever you want to make you happy.
I don't like that. Like, I do like him, but I don't like the fact that you know that Elluin hated Tyroth.
Well, he knew that,
Elluin
but
hated
I think
Tyroth.
that he couldn't, like, they were gone, so he doesn't know what happened when they were there.
Yeah, but you don't have a second thought as to, like, Elluin bonded with another
we
male.
Don't know what happened after. All we know, there's a lot of filler that we don't fucking know.
It's true, but I just feel like if you felt so deep in love, you have to know that person. It's like you know who you're with and you know who you married or who you're with. Like, if I hear that, like, my husband, after I don't know how much of a long we have this bond, like left with another woman, I would have my doubts. I'd be like, there's more to this story. Like, I know this person. Like, I know that he wouldn't do that. And I feel like the way that it makes it seem is that he heard that she bonded some, with Tyroth or whatever. He was like, oh, okay, like she left me for him. What?
Well, we don't know what happened.
I know.
Because
It just makes it
so
seem
much
like he was
gray area.
very like, okay, like, oh, she left me. No.
Well, Veya says, like, you broke my brother's heart, and I need to know, like, what she did. Like, she's like, I need to read the diary to understand what the fuck happened.
Again, how do you not know?
But you also have Kaan's dad there, probably selling whatever stories.
I guess.
I don't think it's.
I guess I just didn't like
seen the version that happens that plays
fair.
out.
I just didn't like already how it made it seem like Veya can the burn in total.
Yeah.
Where like, oh, Elluin was here and in love with Kaan, and they had this like cottage that they were in love, and then now she like left to be with Tyroth, the one that she hates.
How long was she there? Even though,
I think a bit.
but what is a bit, like a year?
I don't know.
Because like a year is really not a lot.
It's a lot for the love that they're describing.
But they weren't there together all the time. Kaan would have to leave at times. Like, I get what you're saying.
No, I know, but like even when they weren't together, and you see that diary where he's like singing to her and like sheltering her moon plume. Come on, like that's a deep
I get
connection.
that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's the same to be like in a relationship with someone for so many years that you know them versus somebody like that you've been with for 1 year, you have something deep or you think you do, and then they just leave with another man, and you haven't known that person for so long. You think you know somebody.
Maybe
until they
we
do
would
some crazy
want.
shit.
I mean, I'm sure they told us with all the Aurora bullshit.
Even if he had his doubts, like, I think he also knows that Elluin is not going to just do whatever the fuck. Like, he knows that she's strong-willed. He knows that he's seen how she is with Tyroth, where she's like, fuck you. And like how she like got up and stomped around at the table.
That she willingly went.
But, right. So why would he think that she would be dragged when he knows how she is. He knows how she's like.
But that's the thing. If he knows how she is, he needs to know like something must have blackmailed her to get there. And I need to go save this woman.
Or he could be like, maybe she doesn't love me. I don't know her that well. It's only been a year.
I don't think so.
It's only been a year. I don't know everything about her. And she doesn't even know her family was poisoned. Elluin doesn't know that.
No. I don't know. I still stand by my opinion. I think that there should have been, again, this is the first book. Hopefully we'll get more info on that. But already from the top, in my opinion, I think that there should have been way more diving into this on their end. Like, I don't just leave you after like having a cottage of love, and you know me and you know how I feel about your fucking asshole of a brother, and you think I'm gonna leave you for him? For what?
I get that.
I
get that, but I also think it's not as black and white as just like, you know me. Like, what was the timeline? How long were they together?
We need to figure that out.
Violet and Xaden were like
5 days together
and they were like
she was
desperate
like
and
loyal.
Yes. So it's like, I need a timeline, and I need to know how often was he away, and I need to know what did they really say to each other, because we don't know. We know her diary entries, how she feels, what's happening. We don't know the conversations they have. We don't know how long they've been together or apart. So I can't, if you're talking about like they've been together for like 3 years, I can get that for sure. If you're talking about that they've talked about getting married, that she says, I'm never going to be with Tyroth, that she's spoken deliberately about certain things with him, I can understand that. But just saying like, you know me, when I don't even know how well he knows her, not enough for me. I also think from like a pride sense, like if I'm dating someone and a year into it, they leave me for another woman, I'm not going to go chasing you. Fuck you and fuck her.
I know, but yes,
regardless
I know
of whatever
saying.
Cottage of love we have, go fuck yourself. I'm burning the cottage. Fuck him and fuck her. Fuck both of you over there.
I understand, because I would have the same reaction, but it's not the way it's written.
But we don't know how long they've been together. We don't know what their
Apparently,
dialogues
they
have been.
do say it's a year.
Okay, that's not a lot.
I know.
And especially
Elluin
Kaan
is
leaving and coming
144
back.
and Kizari is 123. So Kaan and Elluin were only together for about a year.
I don't think that's long.
I guess not. I just think, okay, listen, if we're talking timetable, you're right. I will give you that. I wouldn't fight on it.
That a
But
year
the
of
way,
them knowing each other, but how many months did it take to build a relationship where they were finally like opening up to each other?
yeah, I will give you that. But what I'm going to stand on is the way that she wrote it.
Right.
The way that she wrote it made it seem like literally
But-
level rice and Vera.
But people in this real world they're psychopaths.
There's this freaking bug, right?
There's like una wasasa.
Okay, I thought I had made it up.
People in this real world will speak beautiful things into your ear.
Fair.
And then they'll turn around and do something that you never would have expected, which I'm not saying is the case,
I
but
know.
that exists.
It's true.
That's real.
Yeah.
And they weren't together. Look, if you're talking about like, I've been with this person for this long, I live with you, I know you, I fucking know you, I get that. If you're talking about, we've been together a year, that full year, or we've known each other a year, that full year, it took a few months for us to even be on speaking terms.
Yeah.
Then after that, another few months until we were finally like talking and like we had a thing, and then we fell in love. Like that's maybe 6 months of love. And I know that that's still
It can feel like a lot,
passionate, and it
I hear
can
you.
feel, and it can be real. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying it's also not a far-fetched thought for me that 6 months he can reflect and be like, so was that
she
even
played
real?
me. Yeah.
Was that even real? Did she love me? Was I just something to pass? Which I don't think he thought any of that. I think he just was heartbroken. I think
He was
that
probably just
he thought-
confused, like what the fuck
I
happened
think
when
he
I was
thought
gone.
she has a reason why she's gone over there that I don't know. And she's chosen this life, and now she's pregnant with his baby. And I'm sure that happened, announced very quickly.
Yeah.
So what the fuck was he going to do?
Which is fair. I'm not, okay. But basically, it's been, I can't do math, but it sounds like it's been like 20 years. I don't even know, but a long time
Yeah.
that Elluin died. And all that time, Kaan couldn't like figure that out. Like, there's no curiosity as to like, let me find out why she came here anyways.
How is he going to find out?
I don't know.
Him
like,
and Tyroth hate each other.
and shit.
And
I don't know.
how are they
Maybe.
going to know? Oh, Elluin had a journal. Go into the king's room and look for it.
They found out after.
His sister disguised herself as the
Why
mistress.
didn't she do this shit 20 fucking years ago?
Because I think for her, she was just like, fuck that bitch, dead and gone. And then she comes back and she's like, no, if this bitch is coming back into my brother's life, I need to know why the fuck you left to begin with. I can get behind being like, fuck you, get out of my life. And I don't need to hear anything about or for or why you did what you did ever.
That's fair.
I'm like that. If you decide to get out of my life, I don't need an explanation. I don't need a reason. I never want to talk to you again. I don't want to look up, like, I don't want to find information on what you're doing or how you're doing. I don't care. I want you out of my life.
Tu corta.
Yes.
That's fine.
So I can understand that.
That's fair. I guess that's
But
fair.
I also think that we don't have enough context.
when people come back around, she's going to be like, wait a minute. I need to fucking, okay, fine.
I will say,
I still think there should have been some doubt, but you were convincing me that
he did have doubts, but we also don't know what happened in between. And also, he could not go to the shade because him and Tyroth hate each other, and it would have caused a war.
A war, yeah.
He also thinks very politically.
He does, which
So
I don't know how much I
barriers.
loved that we couldn't have just killed.
No, I really liked that.
Really?
I really liked that he was like, I want to throttle you, but for the greater good, I cannot. I think it's because you know what does drive me crazy is like when they're like, I will plunge my entire kingdom into war just to save you. Like when Tamlin was like, I'll sell my entire like area to the King of Hybern just to find Feyre. There's other ways.
there's other ways.
Like, we don't
I
have
love
to go
you.
that far. Like what
I
he
don't
said,
know.
he was like, this is neutral territory. Go kill him there. Politically, you can do what you want. You just need to be smart about it.
I guess.
And I did appreciate that she wasn't a Violet, because he was like, this is why we can't fucking do that. And he was like, this. And she's like, I get it. I understand.
I'm
You made
angry,
me
but
see
fine.
it, but okay. Whereas Violet would have been like, no. And she would have fucking done what she wanted.
So true. But Zayden would have been like, fuck the rules too. Because he raised her that way.
Yes. But I just think I appreciate that he's like, I love you.
Boundaries.
But there is a limit to what I can do.
I agree.
Because it's reality.
I mean, I didn't like it because I feel like a part of me wanted like, just kill him already. But you're right.
I did
agree.
like that.
Okay.
So I love Kaan. I really don't have anything to say bad about him. The only thing that frustrated me was how much of a pushover he was in the beginning.
How many times like especially with the whole Aetherstone situation, especially with the fact that like his brothers will literally haunt her. Like that conversation needed to happen before.
Definitely. When he was like, let her go. And then we realized like why. Like, first of all, the biggest thing is that Kizari's mother's alive. And she needs, because Elluin, Raeve, needs to know you have a daughter. Her father is Tyroth. She has the Aether Stone sucking the life out of her. And she's fallen in love with Kalis and wants to release him. Your daughter. That's all going on with her.
You need to go save her.
Just so you know, you could do what you want with that information. But just so you know, you have a daughter. She's this many years old. Tyroth has been a dick to her whole life. And
I thought he was doting, actually.
Well, I don't get that impression because when Kizari sits and talks to him, he's like, my asshole brother or something. And she's like, yeah, whatever. And then she's like, he always gets me the hardest tutors.
Right, but then the Scavenger King is like, oh, you can tell that her pa has doted on her.
But what the fuck does he know?
Well, I mean, he needs to know something.
Based off of her appearance, that she's clean,
but either
pretty,
way, he
in a fancy dress.
He sends his people out looking for his daughter, which I know could be controlling. Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'll say about that. Tyroth. So, Elluin dies. Mm-hmm. She leaves this baby, whether it's Tyroth's or not. What claim does Tyroth have to that throne now that Elluin is dead? Kizari, his daughter, right? So what I'll say is that he needs her, in my opinion, politically. Because now that the true heir of this throne is dead, if there's no baby, why are you king?
What's the rest of his brothers are kings?
And what's to stop another, like, descendant, this or that, from being like, no.
The twin armies?
But I'm just saying, like,
I get what you're
politically,
saying. Yeah.
Because you see this happen in history time and again.
Fair.
Which is what happens after the War of the Roses in England, where the king was usurped. Yeah. They were like, we need to form some, like, alliance to strengthen our claim to this throne. And that is what happens politically constantly.
Yeah, fair.
So, like, Elluin, in my eyes, I could be wrong. In my eyes, Elluin dies, and whether Kizari is his or not, he's like, you are the heir, and she has her bloodline, and she can wear the Aether Stone.
That's the thing.
So he's like,
and he needs to control
I'm
that.
going to need you.
Yeah, he needs to control that.
So I don't know what his relationship was with her. To me, it didn't seem like a good one, because when he was like, oh, your asshole father, my asshole brother, if it was my dad and one of his siblings was like, your asshole father, I'd be like, asshole who? What the fuck are you talking about like that? Not my dad. And she's just like, yeah, whatever, and takes like a swig.
Okay. We need more info.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. This book got really good in the last, like, 200 pages.
The Scavenger King.
Yes. Oh, my God. Dude, it was, like, back to back. What the fucks?
Plot twist. But before we dive into that, one thing that I feel like we know about Rave's past, Rave's, not Elluin's, is the fact that she was a firelark, right?
What does that mean?
I don't fucking know. I think it was just a nickname that she got because she was fighting underground.
But when she says firelark in her dream, Kaan is like, did you say firelark? Is that what you said? Do you not remember? He wakes her up and he's like, where the fuck did you get that? Yep. So what does that mean about Kaan, Scavenger King? Does he know he exists? what is Firelark? What does that mean?
Has he seen her fight and not realized it was her? That one I need more info
I
on.
feel like there's a connection between the Scavenger King and his father and his family, like Kaan.
I mean, that he's
And
their
the word-
half-brother.
And the word Firelark, I mean. Because why else would Kaan be like, what the fuck are you saying? Where did you get that?
That doesn't get mentioned a lot, though. So maybe I can get like a
It happens once. Yeah, just put Firelark.
What's a firelark, Raeve? Fuck. I charge for the doorway halfway down the stairs when his thickly accented voice attacks me from behind. What's a fucking firelark?
You see?
None of your damn business. I snip, powering towards the exit. Blah, 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 blah. Who were you talking to? We're not having this conversation again, annoying. You seem to be under the illusion that I'm going to drop every bone you accidentally toss my way simply because you command it. But that was before I watched your entire body knot like you were being fucking tortured in your dream. Maybe it was just that. Maybe like he realized like something really fucking bad happened and he needed to know about it.
But it to me was like, okay, so wait, do you know what this means? Because he's like, what the fuck is Firelark?
Fair.
I don't know. It could be that he has no idea that he has a half brother bastard. It could be that he has no idea who the Scavenger King is. But that was kind of like a little like red flag for me where I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Which, for the sake of us being on the same page, we know that Raeve was a firelark, which means that she was tortured and made to. So this is what I want to make sure we're on the same page on. She was an underground fighter for the Scavenger King as a firelark. She must have gotten away, right? Remembers that, doesn't really remember that. We're not totally sure.
I think she suppresses it, but I think she knows.
I think she knows.
Because she tells
Then,
Rekk Zharros.
right.
He's like, where are you from? And she says where it's from. And he's like, ha ha ha, that's hilarious. Only nobody comes out of there alive. And then that's when she's like, but I did.
But I did,
I think he says only
the firelark.
Firelark.
I think he says that.
And then she's like, hi. Anyways, keep going.
Okay. Shit, we need to read this again.
I know.
But this is important because the recap, I'm gonna have to write notes about this. So we understand that she suppresses that, and then this is why in the moment where they did that big like party in the flirt, that's why she's running away, right? Because she's afraid of the fire.
No, it's because Dragonfire shows all of the wards on her skin from how much she's been hit. Because when he's in the dragon, he pulls out fire, and that's how he sees it. And then he's like, what are you hiding? Let me see. And she's like, no, close your eyes, because the fire's coming out of the dragons.
Yep. Okay. I mean, she could still be afraid of the fire because it's going to show her.
Could be.
Okay. So then we know that she tries to get away from the fire. And now we know that the Scavenger King is the one that has her daughter, right? We're on the same page. He has her daughter. And he is a half brother to the Vagar people. I like this ending. I'm intrigued.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because
I know, plot twist.
We leave off with she's killing Rekk Zharros. So you're like, okay, but you need to go back.
Yes, go back to the bird.
Because he needs to explain to you the shit that's going on.
Why did she let him leave? Why did he let her leave again?
Because Rekk Zharros, but
Yeah, Rekk Zharros. I fucking hate this guy. I mean, like, he was great to hate.
I hate her obsession with him.
But at the same time, we just realized that Kaan says that he needs to tell her the truth because someone is relying. And then he goes again being like, okay, go kill him, but come back. Why did the conversation not happen? That's so frustrating to me.
I agree.
He said it. He was like, no, you need to listen to me. Like, I'm going to tell you this. And then, ¿pa qué fue eso?
What I'll say is that there were two things. Well, I think we already said when she's like, the knee that's like, I need you. That was sent by Kizari. I thought Kaan sent that. And when she crosses it out, it's like, no, you don't. Oh, and sends it back. I was like, oh, it probably got sent back to Kaan. Like the last page is Nee coming up to her, and it says, no, you don't, to her daughter. So what the fuck must she be thinking, Kizari? Because she obviously sent that to her mother, not knowing she was there, probably being dramatic herself. Receives that what is it called?
I didn't even notice that.
That little note back because she sent it back.
You don't. So she thinks her mom is dead, and then that note comes back.
I mean, she could think anything like, oh, a malfunction of this or that, but like in such a desperate moment where she's locked with the Scavenger King, receiving that little note saying, no, you don't, after knowing that she sent that to her mother.
I didn't even put that together. That is so true.
And the second thing is Raeve, essentially, I think she knocks out Rekk Zharros, ties him to the bed, preps to torture the fuck out of him. But then the other comes out again. And you're like, great, the fucking other. And the other starts talking. And then as the other talks, I'm like, wait a fucking moment. Is the other Saltra? Because the other says, she's like about to burn the eyes off of Rekk Zharros.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, but I won't do that because you gave your moon plume a mercy with a mask. So your moon plume wasn't blinded. And she says, a luxury that I was not afforded many cycles ago. Then she also talks about Raeve wanting to protect her, how she loves her, which is how Saltra treated Elluin. And then she says, but I am going to fuck you up because you brought your moon plume all the way to the fucking burn. And she's like, do you know what it's like? Do you know what it feels like for a moon plume's skin to be boiling because of the sun? Almost as if she's like, I know what it feels like.
That's true.
And when Kaan is telling Elluin, Raeve, his theory, he's like, my theory is Saltra breathed life into you. So could be that Saltra breathed breathed life into Elluin. Mm-hmm. And breathed her own life into Elluin too. So when she came down and hatched, what hatched was the two of them. That's a theory I have.
I love that theory.
And she bit off Rekk Zharros' finger like a while ago. And she was like, I won't eat him even though he smells really good. And she's like, because Raeve really didn't like that. She didn't like how that felt. Like knowing that she had a tendon in her tooth, and she's like, he smells really delicious, but I'm not gonna eat him. And that's something that a dragon would do. A dragon would bite your finger off.
A dragon would just eat you. That's true.
A dragon would snap at you.
Yeah. I actually really love that theory, and I didn't come to that conclusion, but when you explain it, I'm like, I can see that.
No, go ahead.
I think that there is a lot of things that we don't know, and I actually enjoy that I don't know it yet because I feel like the book gave me, at least the ending was really good, and I'm excited for the second one. Like, I want her to give me more.
Yeah.
And I feel like we got a good amount of, intrigue in the first book without, the full, what else is next?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot that could be next now. But anyways, what I thought about this was, if your theory is correct, then Elluin is gone, really, because whatever hatched is like a remnant of Elluin, but it's someone new, so it's Raeve, and the other is Saltra. But then, what made the dragon fall? What made the moon fall? And what do we mean by breathe life? Why, if the dragon took her when she died and calcified in the sky, what happened?
I don't know, because there's a lot of questions. Like, for example, so Saltra comes in when Elluin dies, rips her out of the bed, and takes her up. Was Elluin not still wearing the tiara? Why does Kizari have it now? There's a lot of questions. That's Kaan's theory. Kaan says, I think Saltra breathed life into you, and then when she fell, you hatched. The only thing I don't like about that theory, and this is stupid, is that I wanted Saltra to come back.
I know.
And I was like, maybe if he finds the last piece and puts it back, she comes back. Because I love Saltra. My favorite character
Monsters,
is
Inc.
Saltra.
And the door.
Yeah. And And that theory, it negates that because Saltra's soul and Elluin's soul are now mixed in Raeve.
Correct.
Same body, different person. And even if Saltra wasn't in Raeve is Elluin's dead.
Yeah.
Raeve has been through so many things that she'll never be that girl again.
No, I agree with that. I actually really like that theory. Because if not, it would make sense because the only other thought I had with this is the other Elluin, but it doesn't make any sense for Elluin to be savage like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is Saltra. My only other thought would be like she developed like a trauma with
Like
all the shit that she went through and just it manifested with multiple personalities.
Yeah.
My friend thought that the other was all of the creators in her all at once.
That's what I was actually going to say. I think that the other could be the ability for the Aether Stone and all the elements that she keeps like repressed.
Could be. I think it's Saltra.
I like your theory better because I do think if the other is able to hear all the 4 elementals or whatever and then the Aether Stone.
The other just copies the things that Raeve has said.
Yeah,
She's just not like talking. She just is like, I've heard Raeve say this and that. And then she's like, she doesn't know that she can control fire yet, but I do. And she says like whatever word to...
Yeah. Which is interesting because one of the things that Kaan is so bonded with his dragon that he can also control fire.
But I don't think that has to do with the dragon. Doesn't that have to do with...
It's the bond.
Doesn't that have to do with he has 2 elemental beads?
He does, but he also has, they call him the coal.
Yeah, but that means that him and his dragon are so connected that like basically I think they can use each other's abilities.
Yeah.
But with Saltra, I think she remembers Elluin. And I think that's how she knows like you can wield all 4. You just don't know that.
Yeah, which makes sense because even Veya says that. Does she know that she can? Which ones can she hear?
Can she still hear them? Yeah.
Exactly, and then that's when you first meet Raeve, you think that she can only do Claude, which is wind, and Boulder, but very little, right? And then you find that like she cries at the rain, so she can hear rain. And then fire, she seems afraid of because of the runes, and because she was tortured with fire.
Yeah,
but she's called the Fire Lark. So obviously she can hear fire.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
I really enjoyed the ending of the book.
Me too.
I had a hard time with the beginning because I was just like, where are we going with this? And honestly, it was mostly Rave's relentless Rekk Zharros talk that like I was like, dude, can you look around and focus on what the fuck is going on right now? Especially you're about to be eaten by a dragon, bitch, and you're thinking about Rekk Zharros right now.
The fucking tribe part was the one that was like,
the tribe part. And here's the thing too, like I would have been like, translate everything now. We're not fucking moving a muscle. As they were fighting, I would have been like, what's happening? Talk.
Y ella es pesadísima. Ella es pesadísima. So ¿cómo no vas a preguntar?
She was just like, oh, no, I don't care. The whole fucking time.
That whole scene, I was like, please, come on. Because look, she knows that the fate herder, like, and we know we mentioned this, but I need to comment on it again. You know that this thing is like mythical. No one has seen this thing. Yeah. It's here and it's hurting you. Yeah. 1, 2, you're in a tribe. It looks like they're doing a ritual. They're putting blood over you. Question? The translator.
Also, like the whole time they're talking, they're having so much dialogue, and she's just like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I would have been like, hello,
100%.
And the queen speaks my fucking language because she's like, what are you doing in her language to her?
So weird.
I would have been like, somebody needs to translate. Ahora.
I'm not doing shit until you tell me what the fuck is going on. Se pone pesado when she wants to.
Like you're. The Kalul is not enough for me. I would have been like, and?
Why do I care?
How about I don't want to be the Kalul?
How about find someone else?
I would have been like, so does that mean you're eating me? And if she was like, no, I would have been like, am I being imprisoned? No.
Oh, I'm just being married off to breed.
What the fuck is happening? I object. How about I object? How about not taking a single one of those things?
Correct.
Now what's going to happen?
Correct. So anyways.
she pissed me off for the first 300 pages. She still pissed me off towards the end with the whole like pretend shit. I really didn't like that.
She didn't piss me like, okay, she was annoying, but I still remain pretty neutral to her. I don't dislike her and I don't like her.
I feel the same way.
But the part with Kaan and like the pretend, I felt like, yeah,
that's too far.
Decide what you're gonna do, because at this point it's like cruel.
And the fucking thing is that like she's feeling all this stuff for him, and she's like, this one last like goodbye, we're gonna pretend, and then she's like, and then I can go get Rekk Zharros, and I was like, hey, stop! Stop with Rekk Zharros. Stop.
Like, that's it. Move on.
I get it. You're gonna kill him.
I'm pretty neutral to her, but let's see how it goes.
So if she continues like this in the next book, are you gonna be like, I'm neutral, or are you gonna be like, you know what, she's annoying?
No, in the next book we need to like, you need
Snap
to hear what's going on, and you need to like, I know you want to like not be an important person, and like you want to like repress everything, but you're important. So
she also like, you have a whole kingdom that you need
that's
to
what
take
I'm saying.
care of.
Yeah, like I think that if it weren't for the fact that she is like an heir to a kingdom, and whatever, you don't care, you're somebody else. Okay, no, you have the ether stone, and they have, like Veya says, like items to control you.
Yeah.
And you could be very detrimental to the world.
I think more important than anything, your child needs
100%.
you. Your child needs you.
Correct.
Then your kingdom.
I think that she has to snap out of it. Like,
okay, she's gonna be over the Rekk Zharros thing because she's in the middle of killing him.
yep.
But I just need her to get over her shit already.
Agreed.
Like, how long? You've had years of being
Correct.
a miserable bitch.
Yep.
Get over it already.
And you need to hear Kaan out. So
I
think
think have your shit,
the
but
second book,
fucking manage it.
I think in the second book, that conversation needs to happen right away. I can't deal with another 700 pages where like halfway in she still doesn't know who the fuck she is.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens in the next book. I think it comes out
but I'm
in
excited.
April.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's no cover art released yet, so I'm excited to see what it looks like, if there's a special edition.
Well, there is a special edition of When the Moon Hatched coming out in October, and it looks very pretty. And because now that we've read the book and I like it, I'm going to buy it tonight.
I'm still undecided about it. Yeah,
I like it.
I like it, but I like this one a lot more.
Really? Mm-hmm. You like this version more than the special edition?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. I mean, it's pretty.
I'll look at it again and see.
It's pretty.
I really
just
like
really
the cover.
loved the special edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have both.
Yeah. So rating 1 to 5. 1 to 5 stars.
Ooh, man. Okay, I think I gave Quicksilver a 2. Mm-hmm. I might have to go back. This is a solid 3.5 for me.
I would give it a 3.5.
Yeah, okay. I can meet you
like
there.
a 3.4, 3.5. I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot more once we got over all the humps.
Yep.
And we got into like, once they were in the burn.
Yep.
That's when I started enjoying it.
Okay.
And the twists at the end really got me.
I liked it too. I loved it. I was like,
I'm really interested to see what happens in the next book. I think she said it's going to be a trilogy.
Really? Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. Whereas we're getting close to the release of Brimstone, and I'm kind of like, I have to do this. I'm actually really looking forward to the second book on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I actually did have like a little mini book hangover on this one.
Same.
So you could tell it was good. It was a good book. Yeah. It was very good. Beautifully written.
At the end of it, I was like, should I reread it? Because I did have that like book hangover feeling. Yeah. I was like, should I read the last 300 pages again? Yeah. So I agree.
Also, we didn't even mention, but I do love that she bonds with a new moon plume. I think that's so what's going to ground her to the burn, because now she has to go back for her.
Yep. Agreed. I like that a lot too. Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But anyways, overall, a 3.5. I definitely recommend it. One thing I do want to say, which we haven't talked about in a while, because in the Hunger Games universe, this isn't even a conversation to have. I enjoyed that it wasn't like overly spicy.
Yeah. I like that too.
I loved that there was like some scenes, some references to it.
Yeah.
And it was like a really good plot near the end.
I appreciated that it was mostly about what was going on, and that there was spice
There was
in
some
there,
romance,
and that's fine.
there was some spice.
But it was.
But there was nothing that I hated about it.
Right.
There was never a moment in the spice that I'm like,
Yeah, I agree.
you know,
I
so
wasn't
I
like,
think
here we go
this,
again.
This was a great example of what fantasy being done with spice makes me okay with. Like, I'm pretty fine with it, you know?
Yeah, it was welcome. I was okay with it. I was like, cool.
I agree. So I think overall 3.5.
I would agree. 3.5. I'm excited for the next one.
I am. I'm really excited for the next one.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what revelations are had, if the conversations
Theory,
are had, what Raeve is going to do
I'm
now.
obsessed with that, figuring out, like, if you're right about it being Saltra. Like the other, I'm really, really excited about that. But, so the drink was pretty good. We're going to link it in the video notes.
Yep.
A little bit about our beautiful set. So we kind of got all the different dragons. So we have moon plumes are over there.
We have the saber scythes, and then we have the molten malls. And then we have a moon,
the book,
and
our boulder,
dirty,
earthy drink.
We have some fun stuff coming up. You can expect some OGR. And then we have something really fun planned for October. So we'll be releasing a video kind of just letting you guys know what we're going to do for October. And maybe you can read along with us.
Yes, we are very excited for Spooky October. So catch that episode pretty soon. And thank you so much for watching. This was Booked and Buzzin'.
This was Booked and Buzzin'.
See you next time.
Bye.